Hey, it's Austin Bach doing a RTR Draft. We have a pretty sweet pack here. We have a foil Tristani, which is obviously the pick. There's also some pretty good Selesnya cards in this pack, though. There's Centaur's Herald, Selesnya Charm. So we might be fighting for Selesnya here, but obviously there's no way we're not taking that foil mythic that's not only worth a lot, but it's just insane and limited. So, yep, no complaints there. And no, I do not need packs. I already got them. Alright, second pack. Looks like our options are Sphere of Safety, or X-Main Guardian. On color are the best cards. Grave Betrayal is decent, but it's a 7-drop, and I'd rather be more aggressive with Tristani. Just token producing. I think X-Main Guardian is going to be pretty good for us. This is gain life equal to toughness, so yeah, defenders aren't going to be a problem, and it allows us to splash a third color if we want, because we have a pretty intensive mana cost on Tristani here. So what do we want to do? We have Eyes in the Skies, which is pretty awesome. Cellar of Songbirds is also nice. But I think I'm going to take Crows to Guildmage, because it's partly on color and it's just awesome. And, you know, we already have some splashing. We'll look to get some Golgari Guild Gates and whatnot. But, yeah, the Guild Mage is pretty good. Pretty much the only Guild Mage I wouldn't want, like, in the first couple picks is the Rakdos one, because it's pretty hard to draft aggro effectively because everyone's fighting for those cards in multiple guilds. But, yeah, the Guild Mage is pretty sweet, especially if we've got, like, token producers. Like, if we manage to make a... If we manage to get them off with for 4/1/1s, you know, gaining a bunch of life and then populating them, and just a pretty nice interaction, I'd say. Okay, so the most synergistic card here would be Towering Indric because of Tristani, but the best card's probably Dryad Militant. We're just going to go as aggressive as possible here. Try to go junk aggro, you know what I mean? So Stonefair Crocodile is probably the best card for us here, but I'm going to take the Guild Gate because our mana is going to be a little tight with this Guild Mage. Gates are one of the more underrated cards to draft, and we've already got a lot of good creatures going. We're just going to look to get some removal and some combat tricks and, you know, giant growths, whatnot now. Ooh, another X-Bane Guardian is nice. Is it better than Golgari Decoy, though? I'm not sure. This populates, but so far we don't have any populate except Tristani, but what I mean is we have no token producers. I think I'll just go with another Guardian and play it safe. They're not the most aggressive guys, but they're still very important. Death's Presence, what does this do? Whenever a creature dies, you put X counters on a creature I control. This could combo, this would help with a 3-piece combo with the Guild Mage and Tristani, so we sack off something with Guild Mage, Tristani trigger goes on the stack, you have Death's Presence resolve first, and then you gain life equal to that creature's power plus the +1 counter, so that would be pretty nice. Don't know if I want that or Aerial Predation, but I'll give it a shot and see how it plays out. Could be fun, you never know. Ooh, I think I am gonna take, actually no, I'm gonna take Phantom General here and go more token producers, but Horncaller's Chant is pretty sweet, especially with Tristani. But, you know, that's a card that always goes like last pick, so I'm sure I'll find 1 or 2 more of those later. So we have a Terrace Worm we could splash, or a Sundering Growth for the sideboard. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Try to cut off Selesnya as soon as possible here. Nothing great for us here, I'll take that. Force of Might is pretty cool. Again, it's better if you've got a bunch of creatures, which we don't have quite yet, but we're getting there. I want to play against the mill deck. Sure, I'll take a Terrace Worm. Might or might not play it. I'd rather have something like the 6 mana, put 2 3/3s into play. So my wish list now is the Vitu-Ghazi Guild Mage, and then just a bunch of token makers like Call of the Conclave, Centaur's Herald, and etc. etc. Well, we do have a token producer, and it is partly on color. Definitely taking Pack Rat here, because that card is just bonkers and limited. We are passing up on another Centaur's Herald, unfortunately, and Golgari Guildgate, but like Pack Rat is just a windmill slam in any deck that's even remotely considering black. So yeah, I'm glad I picked up the Guild Mage though, because it started us thinking early about splashing. We've got these Axebane Guardians. We've got plenty of ways to dip into black. Yep, but now just I'd be happy if this was our only black. This Terrace Worm's iffy, but more token producers now. Underworld Connections probably isn't going to happen, so I'm going to take Common Bond. Yeah, and I guess the Stonefair Crocodile's fine, but yeah, this card's very good. Concordia Pegasus is also on the chopping block along with Terrace Worm. I guess it does combo a little bit with Tristani, but Tristani's good for life gain, but we don't want to go fully that route. We also want to, try to win the game somehow. But we do have some nice bomby cards like Pack Rat and Phantom General if we can ever find the cards to support it, but I don't know. We'll see. We could end up I don't know. Well, anyway, we'll see what happens. Alright, so now we're starting to get some Selesnya options, finally. Centaur Healer is the best Selesnya common, in my opinion. We have another Phantom General, but again, we don't have a whole lot to do with the first one, because the only token producer right now is the Corrosive Guild Mage, which is not that good, and I guess Pack Rat, but I'm just going to take the Centaur Healer. It's it can be aggressive or defensive. It's one of the things I'm actually not too happy with Wizards about, because they made it too easy to go tempo, aggro, life gain, and still stay on curve to beat your opponent down. Pretty annoying. So our options here are Rubbleback Rhino, Sluiceway Scorpion, but I want to try to lay off the black now as much as I can, because this Tristani is going to be tough to cast, and a Horncolor's Chant, which I'm hoping tables from this pack, and I'm pretty confident that it will, so I'm just going to take the Rubbleback Rhino here. It's very hard for most decks to deal with. Okay, so we have a Bizarre Cravod. All these cards that combo with Tristani, I'm actually pretty happy about that. It's that or Ethereal Armor, but I'm just going to take the Guildgate. Get our mana as fixed as possible. Yeah, alright, it's about time we took a Horncolor's Chant. We've got some ramp to get up to it, and yeah, we're looking pretty good there. And yeah, Sunspire Griffin's definitely the best card here. So Golgari Decoy would be so much better if we had all these tokens and the low drops, but it's still a fine card. We're looking at 13 creatures right now, but could drop down to 11 depending on what we decide to do with these two. And then Death's Presence is also on the chopping block, but I don't know. It's gonna depend very heavily on the third pack on where we decide to go. Alright, Golgari Decoy is definitely, or not Decoy, the Guildgate is definitely very, very important for us here. Also Transguild Promenade, but Gate's just going to be better for us because, we're splashing black. Another Pegasus. I'm still not sure about the first one, but we are really low on low drop creatures, so begrudgingly it might make it in. Seek the Horizon's not going to make it. Yeah, Phantom General's fine. Really like to, another Horncolor's Chant. I'd really like to get some more low drop token producers. I've seen 2 Centaur's Herald, and the fact that they didn't come back is a little worrisome for me. I mean, someone nearby is drafting Selesnya as well, but I'm still optimistic. So I'm just going to go ahead and stop it here and be back to the third pack.